Okay, so I thought I might start a little segment on some of our favorite sales of the month. So October is already drawing to a close. We're almost a third of the way through Q4, and we're so pleased. Our sales have been awesome. It didn't hurt that our award for eBay Canada's Multinational of Entrepreneur of the Year was announced in the middle of the month. What that did for us basically was just increase our Canadian sales by quite a bit. We normally have only about 15% of our sales going within Canada. Everything else is exported, but we noticed a significant increase after that award was announced. And since then, about a third of our sales have been staying within Canada. So that's very cool for us. We love selling to Canadian buyers, keeping some of our product in the country. So that's very cool. So anyways, I thought I would just share some of our favorite sales of the month. Starting with this unusual piece, the Campbell Brothers scraper tool. This tool to me just looked like nothing. I mean, it's just a scraper and the handle is even broken on it. I don't know, it's a strange piece. And Johan brought it into the shop and said, oh, they told us that this guy used to use it to dig trenches in the war. And we were like, what? That's a weird story. And I was skeptical that we would get any money for it at all. But as you can see, we got US $76.49 on a little discount sale we were running. And I am just so tickled about that. I mean, what a cool sale for something that I think a lot of people would not even recognize as being of value. So pretty happy with that one. Another one I want to share is this old golf course map. So these are quite neat. We picked up a whole bunch of them at a yard sale for about $10. I think there were 20 or 25 posters in total, and a lot of duplicates. So these are quite fun. They're from 1968, I believe, and they're just they're just maps of golf courses. This one's Pebble Beach. There's a few from other parts of the world. And this person actually bought two different ones for a total of about $68 US. So we were really happy with that sale. Again, ephemera, something we love to sell. A lot of times people overlook this stuff because it's not a rock poster or it's not something that we immediately recognize as being valuable. A lot of people don't realize that you can actually get quite a bit of money for it. But, just it being a 50-year-old poster and these being some pretty classic golf courses, we thought it would be cool. And the sale worked out great for us. So we're super happy with that. This piece blew my mind. Okay, so this is actually a consignment item we've been selling for a client, and he's been giving us mostly toys, but he had a few of these medals and did a little research and figured out that this medal here, it's Hong Kong Police Force Merit Medal, and it's from I believe the King, the King George era. So I've only found one other medal anything like this in my research, and it was from the Queen Victoria era, and it had sold for $1,250 US. And I thought, okay, well, this one's quite a bit newer. It has a lot of patina. I didn't even know what these other two pieces were, or if they went with it. I wasn't sure. But, our client didn't have any money into it, and neither did we, so we thought, let's put up a price. We just made up a price for this one, and it sold the next day. So I kind of wonder if maybe we should have priced it higher, but there it is. I mean, 500 US is something you're never going to complain about for something that weighs about 40 grams. And we actually sent it to Hong Kong. Buyer's very happy, and we're excited because we have another Hong Kong medal that we haven't listed yet because we just haven't figured out how to price it, but we're setting a bar here, so this is pretty cool, and we're going to have a better idea of how to price the other one now that we know we have a happy buyer here. Next one, this one made me laugh. Johan said, oh, it's just an empty cigarette box, literally. I'm not even sure what era it's from. I thought it could have been as old as the 40s, but possibly as new as the 70s. Couldn't find a lot on the Daily Mail cigarette company. But anyway, this is literally just an empty cigarette pack, and I, again, didn't know what to list it for. I just threw that up for $35 US. It sold within an hour. So again, maybe I underpriced that a little bit, but again, a pretty cool sale that you can just pop in a box, super easy to ship, and we had another happy buyer there. This one was interesting because we are not stamp people. I mean, we know a lot about a lot of collectibles categories. Stamps is not our area of expertise. But we actually have about 1 million stamps sitting in the warehouse. We've been trying for a long time to figure out how to sell them. We've put a few at auction. They've done okay. But we did manage to figure out this one because, well, it's from 1898, and we did a little research, and it turned out this was one of the first Christmas-themed postage stamps ever. And then we had a whole block of them, which is pretty unusual to find stamps this old still in a block. We put this up for $249. I actually sold it for $220. I took an offer on that. So we were really happy with that outcome. These are in fantastic condition, obviously never used. I don't really know how to describe the quality of the stamps, so I just took a bunch of pictures and said, here, you do your own research on them, basically. But we were thrilled with this outcome, and now the thing about this is that we actually have another block of the same stamps, except it's a block of 40. So we did our experiment with this block of 10, got our $220 US for it, and I've put up the block of 40 for $1,000 US. So we'll see if we get anything close to that, but we're pretty happy to set the market value for a block of these stamps. A couple more. Oh, this CarQuest thermometer. Anytime you can find these old advertising thermometers, they're great to pick up. I think we paid $2 US for it. It sold within about 20 minutes of me listing it for $40 US. It was warped, and I wasn't sure if the temperature worked properly, so I didn't want to list it too high, knowing that they had some condition issues. Nevertheless, maybe I could have got a little bit more, but I never complained about a fast sale. This is another fast sale, this Coleman lantern. We always do well with lanterns, although in the past we've had a little trouble sometimes with them, with the globes breaking in transit. So we've had to spend a little time figuring out the safest way to package them. And this one we actually packaged with the globe outside of the lantern. So we removed the globe, packed it in a separate box, put that box inside the box with the whole lantern. And it made it safely, so we were really happy with that. So these can be complicated to ship, but you get a lot of money for them. On this day, Johan paid $80 Canadian for 3 lanterns. This is the only one that we've sold so far, but as you can see, we made much more than our money back just on the one sale. So lanterns are great if you can pick up a nice old vintage lantern for $5 or $10 at a yard sale. Always get it. You're going to do very well with them. And you can see we didn't even clean it up. Like a lot of people refurbish, polish, and do other things to the lanterns to make them look super pretty. We leave them as is. We're not the experts. And we still maxed out our money, I feel, on this one. I'll just share one more with you because it's just kind of fun. We're not clothing and accessories sellers. I believe it's a saturated market. We hardly sell any clothing at all. It's just, it has to be something really special. But we got a storage unit a month or so ago, and that's the thing about storage units is you never really know what type of product you're going to find in there. This one happened to have quite a bit of designer clothing in it. The struggle with this particular locker was that some of the designer clothing were replicas and some of it was authentic. And since we're not clothing sellers, and we're not particular experts in this field, it was a little bit of a challenge to figure out what's authentic and what isn't. These we determined were authentic. Joe Ghost is a brand I never even heard of until we sold these. And Tori put them up for $150 US and they sold pretty fast. So we were just thrilled with that. Always really happy to see the original price tag on there, $475. Wow. So yeah, we were pretty happy with that. So those are some of our cool sales for October. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to start putting some more stuff up there in the coming weeks. So tell us, leave a comment. Tell me what you want to know about. Tell me what you want to learn about our business, what kind of videos you want, and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks.